Hey everyone, it's Barbie J. Welcome to my channel, June BLC. Hey there everybody, it's your girl Barbie J here with the recap and review of Tyler Perry's comedy drama, Sisters, Season 7, Episode 14, All for the D. Uh-oh, uh-oh. I know Sabrina was talking about the D. I don't know who else. Oh, and then Fatima had the D. Who else had a D? Uh-oh. Anyway, before we get started, if you are new to this channel or if you are returning to this channel and you have not as of yet subscribed to it, please take a moment right now, hit that subscribe button, then hit the notification bell and select all, and it'll let you know every time I upload any new content to this channel. Then I ask that you smash that like button, write a comment and join the conversation, and share because sharing is caring. So, of course, we all know this episode started off like the last one ended, with Gary jumping in the back seat of Jordan's car. And I said, why do people leave their back seat doors open when they're in there on a stakeout? That's so stupid. But anywho, he jumps in there. He's like, is that my old whatever? Talking about Andy. But they never showed Andy still on the phone. Like, did Jordan disconnect her? Or did she hear everything that was going on? We don't even know. But Gary is threatening Jordan. Jordan's acting like he's not scared of him. He wants to know where his sister is. Gary tried to put a twist on it, turn around and say that it was Andy who got rid of Penelope. And I'm sitting there going, Jordan, stop being stupid. You know, he's talking about that's why, Gary said that's why he left Andy, because she's drama. And his life was drama free until he met Andy, trying to put it on Andy. But Gary's the one who brings the drama. But Jordan knows Gary was seeing his sister and Andy at the same time. So don't fall for that, Jordan. Don't. But then he turned around saying Andy was jealous and that's probably why she did that, blah, blah, blah. Jordan goes home with that mess in his head. In his head. And now he's acting shady McGrady with Andy and making her feel bad. But I don't even feel bad for Andy because, like I said, she should have told him. She told me I was trying to protect you, with your candidacy, and I was respecting your sister's wishes. Why would she tell him not to tell her brother? I don't care what she said. Why would you not tell the brother? And he's like, I don't give a F about this damn candidacy when his sister's life is in danger. Andy's, like I said, she's supposed to be this great attorney, but she doesn't think like one. Not to me. Y'all can put it down in the comment section, but I don't think so. So then when he's asking Andy, where's Penelope? She's like, you act as if I know. And he's like, do you? She's like, no, I don't know. And then he kisses her goodbye. Oh, she kisses him goodbye, and he turns his face so she could kiss his cheek. I said, see, Andy, see what you done did, girl. And then later on, he's with her again. No, he's not with her. He's on the phone, and his boys are there at the house, and he's going to go to the gym and play ball or something like that, and leaving that guy. And I forgot the guy's name that's helping him. He leaves him in his apartment. Why would you leave him in your house to go through your house while you out with your boys? I don't care who they are working for you. You don't leave people like that in your house. And then he asks him to do him a favor and research this guy named, that's what he did. He asked him to research this guy named Hudson and give him all the information about him. And Jordan sees that the guy is acting strange, that he doesn't want to, something's off. And he's like, why? He said, I don't know. I don't want to tell you why. I just need information. And y'all know this guy is working for Hudson. So what's going to go down here? But he sees the guy is acting strange. So I just don't understand why he left him in his home while he went out with his boys. It makes no sense. Your sister's missing. You shouldn't be going out with your boys doing anything. Run around the damn house and work out. I don't know. Anywho, I'm sorry, y'all. But then Hudson did ask Gary, did he want him to do anything like follow Jordan and do anything? He said, no, not now. And I'm like, here we go. Then we see Gary at Hayden's house with Tamara. And Tamara's on the phone with Hayden. And I guess she's calling to find out how soon he would be home because she done called Gary over to lay some pipe. And Gary's like, could we wrap this up? And Hayden's like, what's that? Who was that? And Tamara was all pissed and everything. But she said, oh, that's the TV. I got the TV on or something like that. And he's like, oh, okay. And he said he got to work late that night. So he goes in there, she hangs up. And then she's looking at Gary like, why did you do that? And Gary's like, look, I don't need to hear you all this time saying all of that. You wanted me to come over and take care of you. I'm here. Let's get this on. Come on, let's go. And I mean, that's how weird it was. It was like, wow, she's like a piece of dirt to him. You know what I mean? And so she goes in the back with him and everything, and they do the do. Later on that night, she's calling him Tamara's calling Gary to see how he's doing and all this stuff. And he's like, what are you doing? Why are you calling me like this? He said, look, you wanted me to lay pipe. I laid pipe. That's it. You know what I mean? It is nothing else. No, you don't need this second call, seeing how I'm doing and all this stuff. It ain't that type of party. Why would I be that type of be with you? And he made her feel bad and say, the lineup of type of women I get, why would I need a hoe like you or something like that? He called her, and her feelings was hurt because she was catching feelings for Gary. I said, she is stupid. I thought she was a smart person, but she really isn't that smart. Unless she gonna do something with that recording that she had, that pin recording, which I don't know what she could do that could hurt him with it. Because Hayden's no match for Gary, if you ask me. Y'all put it down in the comment section what y'all think. But that's what I'm thinking to myself right now. So she hangs up and Hayden comes home and, and he's like, what's that smell? He smelled a woodsy cologne smell. She said, oh, that's my new perfume. It's unisex. He said, nah, man, it smell kind of manly. And then he catches her like moving her phone. And he's like, why are you moving your phone trying to hide it? She said, no, I'm not trying to hide it. He said, what, you don't want me to see your notifications or something? And she's like, no, I'm not trying to do that. So she's asking him, do he want dinner? Do they want to have sex? And he's like, it's too late to eat, but there's something else you can eat. So, so they had sex. So next we have a scene with Karen coming into the hair salon and being greeted by Pam at the front desk. And as they're talking, then Aaron comes in with all of these bags. And Pam is like, oh, what is that? He said, oh, just stuff for the baby. She said, oh, you want to be the goddaddy? And he's like, and Karen's trying to make faces at him like, don't say nothing, don't say nothing. So he's like, no, just gifts for the baby. And she's like, can I talk to you in my office? And they go in the office and she's like, what is all of this? And why are you bringing it here? And he's like, all this baby stuff. And she's like, you could have brought it to the house. And he's like, well, I just assumed everybody knew already. You told everybody. She's like, I did not. I said, he know good and damn well she didn't tell everybody. But while they're talking, he said, I'm honored to be the father of one of your children, and Pam happened to come to the door to let her know that her 10 o'clock was there. But she heard that and said, what the hell? What is that? And she's like, Pam, don't open your big mouth telling nobody nothing. Just mind your business or something like that. And Pam is like, fine or whatever, But she went out mumbling like, one of the baby daddy? What kind of craziness is that? I was like, oh, Lord, she gonna tell something. Then they got a scene at the bank. And it's Sabrina. And you see Maurice folding up the flyers, the bank little flyers, using them as airplanes, trying to hit the back of a customer while one of the tellers is looking right at him. And I'm sitting there going, Sabrina, really? Why did you bring him back? And as he is about to do the second one, she comes out of her office and hugs him and says, did I tell you how happy I am that you're back? He said, yeah, I'm like a million times. Now get off my D. He told her to get off his dick or whatever because she was bothering him. And I was like, wow. And he said, I thought I heard a vibrating there. Bzz, bzz. And she's like, stop it, stop it. And then, she's talking about she hasn't found a baby, a sperm donor yet. And some good looking guy comes in and he's yelling at the guy, yelling some stuff to him. Sabrina says, oh, welcome to, what is it? Woodhaven Bank. And he said, sperm bank. That's what Maurice says. And he's like, would you be interested in selling your sperm? He's being loud and rowdy. And she's like, stop it, stop it, stop it. And I was like, see, why did you bring him back, Sabrina? Mind you, he was also sitting there going, I thought I heard a vibrator in there. Zzz, 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 zzz. And she's like, stop it, stop it. But he wouldn't stop. You cannot control him, Sabrina. And he's going to be your downfall. You just watch, you know. Anyhow, what else happened? So now we have this scene with Fatima and Andy in the conference room at the law firm. And Fatima's scared to open up her grades and see what she got in the first semester. And she finally opened it up and found out she got a D. And Andy's like, oh well, it's not that bad. You do better next time. But nobody want to hear that. You want to be doing better the first time, not next time. And she was like, look at it this way. There's no way where else to go but up from there. And and Fatima is devastated, and I would too. I would be devastated if I got a C. You know what I mean? But D is borderline failing at this point. So Fatima goes home and tells Zach about it. Zach already trying to get her, to wash the baby and get him ready for bed and read him a story and all this stuff. She does all of that after she comes home from a full day of work. That's a lot to ask for her, Zach. And the last thing you had told her that we all recall is that you got Michael. Don't worry about it. You do your studying. I got Michael. Then you need to learn your ass how to bathe Michael and tuck him in and read him a book. It's not just playing with him all day. And then as she's telling him this, she sees her pocketbook on the floor, her $5,000 pocketbook. Michael done colored on it with a crayon and other stuff. Why is it with all those toys he has, Zach, that he has time to get Fatima's pocketbook out of her closet and draw on it? She is livid, and he's not being serious. She's like, Zach, I'm serious, when she's telling him she fails. And he's like, I used to get D's all the time. And I'm not talking about the D like you know what I mean, in school. And she was like, it's serious. And she's upset, and she just walks away. And I was like, why do they have Zach acting so damn inconsiderate and thoughtless at this point? He knows how important this is to her. And he needs to do his part as Michael's father above and beyond, okay? So then Fatima goes out and meets with Angela and lets her know what's going on and how she's been feeling. And Angela talks to her and lets her know that she basically needs to put herself first. Her studies are important to her, and that's what she needs to do, and have a talk with Zach about it. Stop holding on and keeping quiet and put your daggone foot down, Fatima. And that's me, Barbie J, talking to you now, girlfriend. So anyway, now we have the scene with Tony showing up to the desk at the airport where Danny is working. And he comes with this one rose and he's trying to be nice to her, but he ain't apologizing. He's like, I know I shouldn't have expected you to come home and get your house ready and childproof it for my children. What the hootie and the blowfish? That was not an apology. What he was saying was not an apology. He wasn't accepting his role in what happened. Danny did not have a chance to childproof her house because you decided to take your kids to her house, and when she wasn't home yet, having them sitting around in there when she could have watched them at your house. I always say that, and I don't understand this whole thing, how he got mad. But anyway, Danny put him in check and sent him on his way. And then the next customer, she came up and she gave the one rose to the next customer after she had told Tony he should have had 11 more of them. Like, he should have gave her a dozen roses the way he acted, not no one damn rose. So now we have Karen and Sabrina on the phone, and they're talking. Karen seeing how she's doing, how her hormones are acting, and they having their little small chit chat. And Sabrina, like, I know, opened her mouth and told. She's like, oh, and I don't know how you do it with having two different baby daddies and da 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 da. But she's just going on, and Karen's like, wait, hold up. What? How did you find out? And she's like, oh, I guessed it. But not even that. Karen, when Sabrina found out this information, she even went and told Maurice. So Maurice knows about it. So I'm looking at Sabrina like, you are worse than a junior high school student that you can't keep your mouth shut. We talk about Danny and stuff, but Sabrina ain't no better than Danny, y'all. The fact that that's something in your sister circle, and she rushes to tell Maurice, who is so messy. And this is why I say I'm so disappointed in the type of person Sabrina is. Like I said, she ain't no better than Danny. Anyway, back to Karen and Sabrina talking. Did Sabrina have the nerve to tell Karen, well, Andy knows too. Why did you have to tell that? Why did you have to open your mouth and tell that? And of course, Karen's like, oh yeah, because Fatima couldn't wait to open her big mouth and tell and stuff. How do you know? It might have been Danny who told her too. You have no idea. It sure could have been her. So Karen said, that's why I'm going to go over there and somebody going to have to talk to Danny about what type of person she is or something like that. And then Karen, Sabrina go, oh, well, don't tell her, that I slipped and said anything because you know how she get, but she done hung up on her by that time. And so she gets there to Danny's house. Karen gets there and just walks in after knocking real hard on the, she knocking, but Daddy had been on the phone with Creisha, and she was telling Creisha what's going on with her and Tony and stuff, and what's been happening in her life. And Creisha's like, if he's apologizing from the heart, then give him a chance and hear him out. But I'm like, the apology he was doing wasn't an apology. It really wasn't an apology. Like Danny said, he was just still trying to get his points in or whatever, which he was wrong all the way, y'all. So Karen confronts Danny, and she's like, I don't know if you hate me or whatever. We're so different now. We're not the same or something like that. And you got to be going and telling my business. And I told you when I'm ready. She said she's a friend of ours. She's part of our sister circle. What's the big deal? She was going to find out anyway. She said it's not for you to tell. It's my business. And I have to agree with Karen with that. Karen is right. I'm sorry, Karen is right. Danny was wrong, and Fatima was wrong. Fatima was actually going to keep it to herself, but Andy's like, just tell me, just tell me. But if I was Fatima, I wouldn't have told her because Andy don't ever want to tell her anything when Fatima's asking, you know. But Danny and Karen got into it, and Karen said what she had to say and walked out. And Danny called her a biatch and stuff. It was like she don't care because Karen was saying, I don't know how long we're gonna be friends. Like we're not gonna be friends anymore, or something like that. She was saying. I was like, oh boy, here we go again with this. Then I forgot to tell that scene where when I told y'all about Tony and Richard at Jordan's house, they all were sharing what was going on between them and their women. That's what it was. Tony was saying how Danny was mad at him, but then he admitted that it was his fault. He was wrong. Richard's telling how acting like Sabrina was trying to catch him with the condom and all this stuff, and he thought this and thought that. I was like, they are so dumb. They really are. But like I said, Jordan was the dumbest because he left that guy that works for him in the house while they all went out. He need to be out there looking for his sister. That's what he need to be doing. Trying to tell Gary, if something happens to my sister, I'm going to kill you, I'm going to hurt you and all this stuff. And Gary's like, you need to stop. And he told him, let me tell you something. If I catch you over here anymore, another time trying to follow me or something like that, I'll make sure you be the next one to go missing or something like that. So when him saying that, you should know that he probably did something to your sister, Jordan. Oh, one thing I forgot to tell y'all is that Fatima had asked Andy, did she decide what she's going to do about testifying against Gary? And Andy said she's going to do it. It's finally her chance to put Gary in his place. And so now the episode ends with at Jordan's house. He leaves out. I told y'all to go to the gym with Tony and Rich. And he's like, Ethan, you okay with holding down the fort while we're gone? And he said, yeah, fine. So they all go out and leave. And then Ethan calls Hudson and asks what he has to do now. And he said, you don't know how to bug a place? He said, I've never done it before. He said, is there any picture frame in the house? He said, yeah. He said, put it behind the picture frame. So he picked up that picture frame of Andy and Jordan together. And Jordan happened to come back into the house and catch him with it. And he's like, what were you about to do? And it went off like that. So y'all let me know what y'all thought about this episode. Like I said, this episode was all right. It wasn't horrible. it feel like it moved faster. I don't know about the rest of y'all, but it feel like this episode moved very fast. So put it down in the comment section what you thought about this episode. And I will see you all in the next video. Please do not forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. It's your girl, Barbie J, saying peace.